It's starting to feel like I need to win the lottery to keep up with everything I want to try just at the supermarket. But even if I did, there's only so much space in my stomach. And sometimes I do want to eat the same thing more than once. Like these. In my life, I've probably had at least 100 bags, and the branding's changed a couple times. They've also got thins now and a hand-cooked version. But if I'm not getting scratchings directly from a butcher, I go for these, the originals. Don't be put off by his soulless visage. Mr. Porky brings the good stuff. Triple cooked and traditionally seasoned, apparently. With salt, I think. Oh, and MSG. If you didn't grow up with these, or if you had the puffier, cleaner looking, more uniform pork rinds, I have to imagine these don't look particularly appetizing, but just trust me. This piece is sorta half skin, half fat, medium crunch. Again, I realize that might not sound very appetizing, but listen to this. Sometimes I boost the crunch audio. I did not have to do it here. Salty and piggy, which is different from being porky. This is borderline a dog treat, but in a good way, trust me. See the hair on this one? This means you've got the real deal. This kind of piece is the reason there's a warning about damaging your teeth on the packaging. It might sound like I'm joking, it might sound like I'm being sarcastic, but the strength of pork scratchings is their symphony of textures. Listen to this one in contrast. Even crunchier than the last. Some of these you can see are basically pure fat as well, no crunch. Just soft, crumbly, and powdery. Very salty, so a drink is recommended. But if you've never had these, I want you to try them, and let me know what you think. For those unfamiliar, drumsticks are a raspberry and milk flavored, really stiff, chewy candy on the end of a lollipop stick. Squashies are a variation that come in a bag and are much softer. Squashy, even. It's a bit mucky in there, it's hard to see. I looked for a cleaner one, but they were all like this. So authentically squashy, the cheesecake itself has been squashed. These things happen though, and it's not going to affect the flavor. All the elements are there, and there's the bottom white layer and the top pink layer, just a bit smudged. I can ever so faintly smell the raspberry. Immediately hit with a plain cheesecake flavor that's on the sharp side. Then slowly the raspberry shows itself, and it does taste a little bit like a drumstick. Because of the texture and because there's a butteriness to it, it feels a bit like I'm eating frosting. I want to get a bit of a better grasp on that crumb. It's being compressed into one piece. I prefer the base to be a bit crumblier and a little bit crunchy. The idea is amazing, the execution needs to be reworked. I feel like I've seen these bars around for a while, and that they're coming out with new flavors still must mean they're doing alright in terms of sales, which hopefully means they're good. I do love a Ferrero Rocher in all its variations, and I swear I had a kiwi fruit one in Germany. When I visited Australia last year, I found a wild macadamia while I was looking at bats in Black Butt Nature Reserve. I was gonna eat it, but when I cracked it open, the nut was all soft and weird. This brand does a great job at making their products feel more premium than they really are. It's in your face and it's the whole premise, but it's easy to buy into. I like the little bulges like a Ferrero Rocher is bursting through. Quite generously and uniformly filled as well. That's been a point of failure for some of the stuffed bars I've tried. You know Cornettos, the little individual ice cream cones with the nuts and the chocolate on top? This is like a luxury version of eating that part. It's much softer than that chocolate though, and you're hit with the sweetness and the hazelnut up front, with the macadamia following up afterwards and staying as an aftertaste. This was in the kosher section of the store. I don't know enough about those dietary restrictions to have any idea why, but peanut butter puffs sound good. Overstepping your boundaries there. If my kid wants to run and eat puffs, he will. I love to see an even coating on every piece. Sometimes it doesn't matter. Sometimes Pringles, for instance, have an insane distribution of the powder. But I think there's a correlation between even coverage and good flavor that often holds true. I like these little ET fingers. I think they're maybe a bit bigger and lighter than a What's-It, and they break down into nothingness fast. They're more on the savory side than I expected as well, and they come with that slight sticky drying effect that peanut butter has. Once the puff's dissolved and you just have the powder. Almost every time I go to the Asian grocery store, I see a new brand of noodles. But I got these from the regular supermarket, and it's really rare for me to see a different brand there, let alone a brand with a new mascot. The choose your level gimmick is quite common nowadays. Pot Noodles Doner Kebab does that as well, for instance, with the chili sauce sachet. I can handle just about any level of spice in my mouth. The question is whether my belly will like it or not. Smells really good, like someone's been roasting chicken. Almost smells like the filling of the broth you get in a soup dumpling. Call me crazy, but this really reminds me of US-style chicken noodle soup, but with spice added, for just a little bit of warming. If you actually sip the broth, the chili does come out more, and there's almost a tiny hint of cheesiness. So this is Shake and Udder's take on a Biscoff milkshake. If you're from the US, something you should know is that in the UK, a milkshake doesn't necessarily include ice cream. When I was a kid at a friend's household, Nesquik chocolate milk would be considered a milkshake. If ice cream's included here, it's specifically a thick shake. Almost looks like the cow has a black eye. That's a bit dark. What happened? Not enough milk? I can already smell some of that real cinnamon they brag about including. Ultra sweet, milky cinnamon blast with the biscuit flavor coming in from behind and lingering in the aftertaste. This is too sweet, full stop, needs to be dialed back a bit. The cinnamon as well is too prominent. It doesn't taste like Biscoff, it tastes like cinnamon and biscuits. Thickness wise, it's sort of middle of the road for these supermarket shakes. I wouldn't get this one again. That's all for this time though. When you can choose the spice, whether it's instant noodles or at a restaurant, do you pick high, low, or in the middle? Let me know down below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Super Yummy Munchie Cat.